Hello, how are you all doing? Welcome to the live show of Summer. This is the buddy read for Enchanted this week. So here we are. Learning for a few minutes already while I read Ragnar Crimson Volume 1. Nice! Welcome, Judith! Whoa, I missed this was happening. Well, you're in time, Jazz, you're in time. Right on time, right? I have early enough to dance to the jams? Yes. Everybody who was dancing to the mushrooms, please send me a DM so I can send you the dance party badge. Hello, Kate. How you doing? Yeah, see, you can make it a dance party. Send me a DM if you participated. And I will give you the dance party badge. Mushroom dance. I really do dance to this every time. I love it. It's so chill. I'm trying to interpretive dance become a mushroom. That would be cute. Boo, Denise. You want me to put the mushrooms back on? I will do it for you. Don't you worry. I will do it for you. If you want me to put them back on, you can have them back on. I think we have it. We all have it already, but we are leveling up. Yeah, you are leveling up. Yeah. But I know people track their badges by me or... And I can't believe they're sending them. So, therefore, if you want it, I can send you. Yeah, sure. You can have the mushroom. Oh, I'm so tired today. Also, the strawberry tiramisu, the recipe, boy, does it need a lot of work. First of all, it was very... How do you say it? Like, not... It wasn't written smartly. Or in a good timely manner. If that makes sense. It wasn't... This is the word I'm looking for. Give it to me. And then it also gave 2 big badges. I could have halved it and it would have had more than enough. So I have so much of it now. I'm good. Mike's home late, so multitasking with cooking dinner. What's your dinner? I do dance party whenever I have the chance. Yeah, yes, do that. And you can always ask for the badge. If you have danced, you can get the badge. You don't have to do it, wait for it to happen online. Hi, I'm reading The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. Nice, Lily, nice. This is the live show for Summer Fam. So we are going to discuss this book. And that is probably... and after that, we're probably doing sprints. But the first bit of this chat will be spoiler-free as usual. And then we will end up going into spoiler territory. And then I will put spoilers on the screen. So we all know it's spoilers. Hi, Lila. How are you doing? I did have Vamp-friendly pasta because my garlic went bad and couldn't use it anymore. Oh, no. I'm safe. I had not so Vamp-friendly garlic pasta. No, organized is not the word. Like, I am looking for the word that is opposite to ineffective. But in a time kind of way. So some things there are really written well out time-wise. So you know exactly do this now and then it takes this long and then it's the most efficient throughout. Then it takes the least time amount overall. Where this was like, yeah, but if I do this later it makes more sense. Or if I have done this earlier it would have made more sense. Oh, wow, you were live this morning at 6 a.m. for me, lol. No wonder I missed it. Oh, yeah, it was, yeah, that makes sense because you're 6 hours before us and it was 12 at noon for me. Hello, Larissa. Burgers with fries, a day late with the fries, yeah. You had noodles on Friday. You had noodles on Friday. Fries day. I always read wrong though. It was sprint. Now it will probably be sprints later on. I don't know if you're in the Discord. I will let you know in the Discord, lady. If we turn into a sprint, it depends if the nerve is holding up and how long this takes. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to warn you real quick. My spoiler-free opinion is that I want to own this book now and I need a sequel. Yeah, it is cute, right? It's very cute. I am a bit confused because I'm also listening to Camp Sylvania, which is also about a camp with vampires. So, if I mess things up, that's the reason. But I'm just trying to finish all the books on the last camp day. But the vampire loves garlic. Yeah, sure. Doing great. Currently eating dinner, rice and veggies, and I will work on my jigsaw puzzle after that. Nice. Yes. Smart. Inefficient. Yeah, but isn't there a word specifically for inefficient in a timely manner? Or am I making that up? We do need a sequel. I do think we need a sequel. I would love a sequel. If they make 10 out of this, just like with Lumberjanes, and I could read it every single camp, I would. I really wanted to get another Lumberjanes this camp. That is kind of my tradition, but they were expensive and I just did not have the money anymore. But yeah, I think seeing those friends back together will be amazing. And I would also like to see these friends actually going to culinary camp. I would be really interesting how that would go. What way vampires have to hide for humans, if that makes sense. I like to remind people of the time I said my dad was leaving because I couldn't think of raking. Yeah. That's like, yeah. I just need a beat beat it t-shirt. That would be funny. I would love that. Yes. Yes, the last page was like, yes, next door again, please. Has anyone looked it up? Has anyone checked if there is a sequel or if there are rumors about a sequel coming? Or are we doomed? Because this book has been given out last year, so there is a chance, right? Or that we get the other girl's story would be nice. Yeah, that would also be nice. Yes. True, great. I just really... So, what I really liked about this book is the friendship as well as the cooking, obviously. So any book coming forward out of this that has that, I would like, basically. I would like that too. I also have an idea for a sequel. It would be spoiler, but I will share. Yeah, please do share it later. On one Amazon it says what? I don't know if that means it's intended to be serious. I don't know. Is getting is Summer Vamp getting a sequel? Yes, a sequel to the 2021 horror film. No, that's not. That's not what I'm asking. And they keep changing it to summer camp, which is extremely annoying. Yes, a sequel to the graphic novel Summer Vamp is planned. It is titled Beast Friends and is scheduled for release in 2027. That's so long. Why are they doing this now? My Readathon was also 2027. And the author on her yeah, hello friends, I'm excited to announce that my first book, Summer Vamp, is now available for pre-order. I'm happy to also announce that Death of a Pop Star will be returning with season 2. I apologize to... Oh, I don't know. It's supposedly said on the author's Instagram that it is getting a sequel. 2027? Why? Why can't we? Look, there are authors out there doing 4 books a year, which I honestly think is they're overdoing it. And I get, I don't know. Is Violet Chen also doing the illustrations? Because I get that the illustrations are taking longer. What's that accent? I don't know. That the illustrations are taking longer than novel might. I'm not sure. But 1 a year? Come on. I feel like that should be doable. Because actually it doesn't say anything if it is a standalone. Yeah, right? Oh, that's far too far away. No. Why is it? Yeah, why? But a sequel. So it looks like we're in luck, but also if anybody is selling bags of patience, that would be very handy because we need it. Drawing stuff takes a long while. Yes, I get it, but I also think that writing a story is taking a long while. Because the editing process of all those words is very long. And I'm not sure if that is as long on a graphic novel where there are less words to edit, if that makes sense. I'm not saying it is not necessary, that's not what I mean. Remembering, that is also the problem. Still, yay, that I am glad it is planned. And it's good. And it's Beast Friends, so what? Are we doing vampires versus werewolves there? Maybe. Maybe we can do that for Camp Enchanted Halloween 2027 as a group book. Okay, I just trust all of you to remember for me. Yeah, I would not trust myself, but I do trust the community. I have the pages, just not the memory. Yeah, I don't have any of it. Now I kind of want to find. Can I add it? Is it on Amazon already? No. Otherwise, it would be helpful if I could just add it to my wishlist, then I won't forget as much. Where else? Yeah, because it was, yeah. Beast Friends. So, the first beast I'm thinking of in regards to vampires is gotta be werewolves. I feel like that makes the most sense. Werewolves would be great. Yeah, I would really want to read that. But I do want to read it anyway. So normally we go atmosphere first. I don't think I personally have a lot to say about the atmosphere. Like, it is a contemporary. we see some of the camp stuff. And we see some of the cooking. It is both good. But what I do, you know, it's nothing special to me. What is making this book really good is the characters for me. And the friendship between them. And the growth in the characters. Like everything to do with the characters. As well as the food, obviously. But, yeah. As long as it is not zombies. But I have never heard somebody reference zombies as beast. Or did I just miss something? Especially with certain references that were made in the graphic novel Werewolf seems yeah, that's also what I was thinking. But I wasn't sure since I am reading 2 vampire camp books today. I wasn't sure if it was in which one it was. It's not a special atmospheric, yes, but fun, absolutely fun camp vibes, right? That's why we picked it. And it does deliver that. It does deliver the vibes of scary being alone at camp, making friends, doing the nature things, doing the sport things, bunkmates, being important. They do all of that. Yes, so I think the canvas is setting, but not always the atmosphere. If you, yeah, I feel that. I feel that. But that's also why I'm like, I don't know how to truly describe this atmosphere. Because I do feel like that camp is the setting, but not particularly the atmosphere. But then, you know, the wholesome atmosphere comes from the friends and the friendships, which is also not the atmosphere. So I have a hard time here. Good, zombies are dumb, and I don't want them. You're dissing my man Frankie here. Chess. Are you gonna take that back? Or... I'll wait. It's cute and I love the way the character grew without... Yeah, that's... I think that is what I love the most from this book. The characters and how they help each other grow. The camp for them was a tool for them to meet, but it wasn't a... I feel that. Yes, I would... I wanted to say I wanted more camp from this. But then I was flicking through it and it was like, oh, there are actually a lot of camp settings. So maybe I just was too focused on the friendships. Because you do see a lot of cabins and a lot of wood and, you know, a lot of sports activity. It's... Flicking back, there was a lot of camp setting. I did like the art style, yes. I want to show, like this one is on non-spoilery, but still cute. Like it looks very cute. There's a fine line between zombies, growth, and necromancy. Alright, fine. Frankie is an exception. Yeah, he's special boy. The characters are super. Yeah, let's just talk about the characters because that is where we're gonna spend the most of their time. Let's be honest. These characters, I love them. I love Maya. Obviously, Maya is going through a lot and she's trying to deal with it as fair as well as she can, and I think that's very cute and relatable. I do love I do love the dad as well as the stepmom, if we can call her that. I don't think Maya calls her that, but her dad's girlfriend in this, and I think that's good because this is probably one of the few camp middle grades I've read where the parents aren't horrible. So I do like that. And then I love Alex, as well as Nico. Those are my favorite. I think from all the friends, I like Daisy the least, but that's also because we see Daisy the least. She definitely feels more of a side character than the other friends. I read that as Camber was a 2, and I was like, no, which one? Sorry. It does make sense. But I also think it could have been more camp, even though yeah, I felt that. And then I was flicking through it and was like, maybe Denise, that's not fair. But if we all feel it, then we're onto something, right? I would not have mind more camp from this. I wish Kiki Cooks existed in real life, though. I wanted garlic. Yes. And then there was a tiny bit of a recipe, but it was not for that pasta. So that was also annoying. I don't know. I think it's somewhere in the cookbook. I think it was for the crabs or something. I love the is this where I declare my undying love for Nico? Yes. Yes. Gush. This is your time to gush. Nico is so cute. I love Nico. So much. I love the illustrations, the faces, the little teeth. The little teeth were very cute. I also love the yeah. Also like the adults in this book, which is a rare thing for especially camp middle grades. I don't know what it is, but every time we read a camp book, most of the parents are yuck. Like it's not even 50-50, I believe. With a lot of middle grade, I feel like in the past, all adults were always terrible in middle grades, and nowadays they're not anymore. But I feel like the camping in middle grade is still a bit behind on that. That's also so nice. Also, the other lady that gets introduced later, yes, exactly that lady. And I think from her that is saying even more, since the way how they got introduced. Nico and Alex were my faves, yeah. Yeah. But I honestly think it's because we see Daisy less. You don't get to see Daisy as much. Because I do think she's very interesting. But obviously, we're causing mayhem with Alex. We're causing mayhem with Nico. Which makes Nico perfect. And very lovable, in my opinion. I love... If we're getting in mischief with some character, I'm gonna love that character. And then Alex and Maya are both learning each other a lot of things. So the focus is on their dynamic for that whole arc. So we see them together a lot as well. But not as much with Daisy. I like that little intro thing that said Kiki's special skills or something was being able to chop onions without crying. Yes, I love that one too. I think that was the I thought that was the title of the video Kiki just posted. Kiki Cooks, famous globe... No, special move. It is special move. Yes, you're right. Veel plezier. That is a skill. Right, that is a skill. But we have Denise Cooks, so that's even better. Yeah, but Denise Cooks does not make videos about it, so that's pretty lame. She should at least tell you how to do it. And then like how the one counselor person kept calling them twerps or whatever. Yeah, the angsty teen. What is she called? That's also the whole reason we have this plot line, basically, because she was too lazy to check. Oh, Willow. She was called Willow. And the other counselor is called Ben. Yeah, the chef lady is a lovely lunch lady. Yes. Especially after how rude they got introduced. I think that says a lot about the lunch lady. How still inviting she was. And then them both bonding over food and both watching Kiki. That was so cute. I know we're doing spoilers now. No, obviously not. Not yet. Officially. But we are talking about, we can talk about plots in spoiler free, and I think, you know, talking about the fact that we had a lunch lady with a rude introduction, and you know, Maya that was supposed to go to a culinary camp, bonding over food with a lunch lady is not a real surprise. It's not a plot twist or anything. It's not like, if I know this, I can't read the book because I know everything now. Nico is also my favorite. Yeah. I love when the lunch lady was about to slap me with her purse, like, you're... But the counselor were teenagers, so that's kind of fit with the grumpiness of Villa. Yeah, I think that's why they were portrayed like that. Especially with going to the end. Yes, probably why Nico is my favorite lol. Very mischievous. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I love Nico. The counselor is a teen, that's why. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but cooking graphic novels is always great. Yes, I feel this. Just that, and I love the add-on with that YouTuber. Yes. Me too, me too. The beginning of their relationship, I hated though. Lunch lady and my, yeah. Yes. But I also think that is what happens if kids are trying to be, you know, being tough and making, because they want to make friends. So I do feel it's really realistic. I was happy I got some snacks while reading this one, because I was always get hungry if there is food in book. Yes, you need this one with snacks. I just noticed the bats holding the s'more supplies on the cover, right? It's so cute. We will be heading into spoilers now. So I'm going to put the spoiler tag on. If you haven't read this book yet, and you don't want any spoilers, this is your time to leave. Thank you so much for being here. So sorry you have to go so soon. But there isn't a lot to talk about plot lines anyway in this book. I think this book is mostly vibes. And it is a whole lot of friendship vibes and a whole lot of cooking vibes. No, it's a whole lot of friendship vibes, a bit of cooking vibes, and a bit of camping vibes. So I don't think there is much more to discuss if we're not going to talk about spoilers. So we are going in spoilers now. Thank you so much for being here. If you have to go now, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, spoilers. So yeah, obviously, you know, the accident with the lunch lady, it was mean of Maya. But I think this is exactly what happens when you put kids together that are going to try to make friends. They're gonna be trying to be funny and trying to be tough. But I think the lunch lady picked it up so well, and I also think Maya picked it up as well, because she went back in a day after to apologize. And for a kid, that's a whole lot. Kind of boring for got to camp though. Yeah, but I do think it was a necessary setup. It did take quite a while. I absolutely agree. But I appreciate it because it did get to it did show, how is she called? Charlotte's. We did see Charlotte's character, but also the dead character through it. And I think that is important. I think it's important to the story too. And to the growth. Maya goes to. But I thought Maya would also know the love and passion about food, and then she just put it in a thread. Yeah, but it were probably canned peas and carrots. So honestly, I can't really blame her. Like, the canned food I have been gotten hasn't been that good. So if you're gonna go out, also getting the canned goods out, probably wasn't great, honestly. And it's kids, like, they don't like veggies. As a former teacher of kids this age, they usually do not apologize for being rude to adults in their quest for peer approval. Yeah, and I think she was very apologetic and she was very honest, but like, sorry, that was extremely rude of me. I should not have done that. But I also like that. Yeah, I did like that apology. I don't even mean the food fight was so bad for me. I don't really like the food fight, to be fair with you. But yeah, that's more so on the spoilage side than on the any other side. The food fight was bad for me, but her then being forced to eat all the stuff, yeah, things like that make me feel very icky. Like, it was not overdone at first. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. I also like that if they said something about Alex's behavior in the beginning and that she learned from it, yes. The part in the book that made me laugh so loud, it is probably my favorite part of the book is this, where Alex does this, where, you know, Maya's serving out the crabs and the mean girl comes up. And Alex is like, this curse word. Maya, how do you feel about this? He's like, I do not want to assume things again, but I'm pretty sure. How do you feel about it? She was like, you see, you cannot say that to my friend. And it was so extremely funny to me. I love it. I love it. And I think that's why I love Alex so much, because, you know, she has been told multiple times that she comes across as bullying while she was really trying to make friends and don't want to be a bully. And then she specifically got told that she needed to ask how somebody was feeling instead of assuming. And then the next thing she does is, how do you feel about this? And then she steps in. So that was really funny to me. I love that moment. After she had to eat all the carrots and stuff. I forgot about it, but that is horrible. Yeah. Alex not realizing how mean she was being while trying to get Maya to stand up for herself, and Maya learning to speak up was good character growth. It was nice to see characters bringing the best out. Yeah, and I also really love that. At first, the girls were laughing with it, right? The first time it happened. And then the second time it happened again, and all the girls were like, Alex, shut up! You're being mean! And, you know, I think saying something in a group about it and showing that in the graphic novel is also powerful. And I really like that moment too. And I think both Maya as well as Alex learned a lot. And then obviously Nico learned a lot in the end, where she now has to deal without her phone addiction and is heavily reliant on Maya's letters. Of each other instead of bullying for their weakness, which seems to be done a lot. Yeah, it does seem to be a lot. And I think that is why I like this book, because the girls were really trying all to be friends and set boundaries, and they were all getting feedback in a nice, positive way, and all took something positive out of it. And then they were all proud of each other for doing it, if that makes sense. I think it's necessary to also show how Maya struggles with a new stepmom and their connection. I do think so, yeah. But I think in the ending it was too fast. Do you mean the ending where she realized that she made a mistake picking the wrong camp and it wasn't the stepmom's fault? Or do you mean the ending with saying goodbye to everyone and stuff? That was so lovely. I like how they were Maya and Alex were with each other, and it happened fairly early on too, which was like, yeah. I really like that. I don't like food fights in general. Yeah, me neither. That is why I had a problem with the food fight. It felt so wasteful, especially since they worked so hard on it. And then Maya was supportive about it, but yeah, I don't know. It was just it seems very wasteful. That was great learning. This is my two favorite. My favorite 2-page in the comic where they are both talking about it and saying why they are both unsure and want to work on it, and they became friends. Yeah, it was really cute. At the moment, how it was just really cute. But I also love that the whole group is sacrificing themselves basically for Maya to get there, and they're all very, very willing to do so. And then Alex needs to get back, and she's like, I don't want to go back because I know I'm in a lot of trouble, but then I don't want my friends to get through that trouble alone. So I am getting back, but maybe I pedal slowly. And that was very funny to me. And then obviously the other two girls were being drilled and they were not saying anything. So I love that. I like the one where Maya tells Nico to get in the boat and Nico says, I'm that way. And Maya says, I will never forget your sacrifice. Nico yells Bumblebee's like, yeah. And I felt like that art was also very intense of Nico struggling while saying Bumblebee for life. And then like a couple of, you know, things further, they're standing there very chill. Where is your friend? Where is your friend? They might be in danger. We don't know. Also, did anyone notice when Nico turns into a bat, she still has hair over one eye? Oh no, I did not. Is that so? That is funny. There is Nico sleeping. Oh yes, I see. Oh, that is funny. I also like that Nico volunteered to be the bat because they didn't like sports. I also love the sacrifice. Yeah, it was very dramatic and I love it. Like they all knew they were being very dramatic, but they made sure this was their moment, right? I took a screenshot of it and threw in the crab kid at Willow. Yes. And then the drama and the sacrifice before that. I still have the Nico hair. Yeah, that's so funny. That is so funny. I mean, the scene where she hugged her and Charlotte cried. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. For me, it felt okay because the girls have been going through so much, and Maya learned so much about herself and speaking up for herself and accepting her feelings. You know, and also learning why she was actually afraid, and you know, obviously the other girls also quite promoted Charlotte because you know they thought she was all cool and stuff. So for me it was okay. For me it was fine. I think that can happen, and I expect that Maya will have a bit of a problem with her leaving, but you know, in the beginning Maya already felt very sorry for the fact that she was very angry on Charlotte while she paid for the camp she always wanted to go to. And she could not say thank you. That's why she asked her dad to give her the pasta. So I think that was also, it was more so Maya saying thank you to Charlotte for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for letting me meet my friends, you know, finding my friends and getting my to know myself more so than, and now I'm fine with everything. Like it, I imagine it will still be a struggle for Maya, but she is trying to deal with it and she's going to be more open about it now. But that is just what I envision. This is why don't want to fly through stuff with illustration. It must look at every, yeah, I thought I did, Jess. I thought I did. Also cute when Maya and Mia, her vampire counterpart, see each other and smile. Such a sweet little moment. Did I miss everything? When do they see Mia? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I see. I was confused at that drawing, but I see it now. That would also be a good story to tell in a graphic novel of Mia going to the other camp. I would see that. I would read that. I was confused about that um art piece, but now I get it. Thank you. I love the page where Maya threw away the flyer of killing the camp and then lettering is bad. And Pixie, yes, I did like that. I did like that. So sweet too when Maya confessed that she's human and they're all like, yeah, we figured we were covering for you. Yes. And then Alex also being flabbergasted, like, did everybody knew except me? And then Maya and Alex turning a bit on each other and, you know, joking about it. That was also super adorable. But yeah, Maya's trying to be very dramatic and they were all like, uh-huh. We know. I like when Maya came back home and she and her dad were saying how much they miss each other and Charlotte was saying how cute they are. Yeah, I love that too. In the end, when they were all getting picked, yeah, I found it. Yeah, I was confused about that drawing, but now I get it. I did not connect the dots. I love the little secret look between Maya and Mia. Yes, I think that's very well done. I have a friend who's very close with her brother and his wife is jealous, and it's weird as hell to me. Why? Right? I'm here for the interpretation. Start mushroom dance again. I I don't know. I don't think I get the whole situation. I would love Maya to go to culinary camp with Mia. Yes, that would also be so cute because she obviously went with that and I think likes cooking and then they could cook for Camp Dracula with the lunch lid. That would be awesome. Yes, that would be awesome. I don't know, it helps me. Yeah, me too. Nice to see Charlotte not try to break up the father, da da da. No, I think Charlotte would actually be a great stepmom. Like, I feel like she really respected their relation and the space they need. You know, she went when Maya couldn't handle it, and she asked the dad to give the gift just to, you know, give Maya space. So yeah, I don't know. I think she's really nice about it, and she just loves both of them basically. The camps can merge for a day. Oh, that would be good. I would also love to see Mia's people be like, oh, don't cook with gar. Yeah, that's exactly like that can be a whole different book. Mia, but also like, how does Mia try to hide the fact that she's a vampire? How does that work in this world? Do they, because Maya, well, you know, didn't think vampires were real, so that makes me assume they're hiding. How have they been doing that? Have they been living alongside us, or have they lived in, you know, their own communities? How did that went? Did their friends find out she's a vampire? How did she hide her teeth and ears? I also love how she doesn't push herself between them and gives them space. Yeah, yes, exactly. Like one big camps by the lake. Oh, that would be so good. One food event by the camps by lake. Also, I wonder if her sending Maya to camp wasn't just a nice thing to do, but also maybe she sensed Maya needed some distance to get used to things. Yeah, maybe. Or I also think that it might be showing Maya, like, Maya, I'm gonna be here for you too. I'm not here to steal away your dad, but if, you know, if you let me, I will also take care of you because I like you too. And this is, you know, I know you love this thing, so I want you to go there and have fun. I just want to show you that, you know, I want the best for you too. To be fair, really in the beginning, I thought she was her big sister, not dad's girlfriend, and I was shocked for a bit. Yeah, I can see that happening. I can see that happening. Where does Mia get her blue juice from? Yeah, and that is also what I was wondering. What did Maya drink? The whole camp. It has been weeks. And they only got blue juices. So what did Maya drink? I have been asking myself that questions. And I could not find an answer. Yeah, that was very. I like both scenes, right? So first, there is this whole Maya, you're not wearing sunscreen, and then Maya is overreacting, and we get that it is just mildly uncomfortable, and then we get the dramatic scene with I'm mildly uncomfortable, and I like both. So when did Maya release? She wasn't as vampire. Yeah, when? Probably when the Carly came out. And how did she deal with that? Like, I have a lot of questions about these mixing, and I want to see all the sides. Same Judith, yeah. True. Like, was she asking for blood juice or yeah? Like, did she drink off the kids? Let their friends drink them. I love all the Sin things as well. Yeah, it's. I think what this graphic novel did well, it took a genre that is a bit campy, turned it literally into a camp, and made fun of it, but also of itself while delivering wholesome content. And I think that's why I love it so much. They knew fully well that this is um you know, it's a bit of a stretch maybe sometimes. It's very typical, and they knew full well, and they were like, yes. Yes, we went there. Luckily, the vampires are all eating normal food as well. Yeah, and I love the comment about that too. Oh, vampires eat normal people food. Otherwise, it would have been a rather more terrible story over. Yeah, but you can go longer without food than you can with drink. So what did she drink? And then, yes, we do need Mia's story, because I also want to know what did Mia drink. But they say, human blood, we don't do that. So who knows? Yes, they did. So maybe Mia went on hunting for animals and drank their blood. Also, I loved it that it made a tiny bit fun of Twilight. Yes, the sparkly vampire things came up again, and I love that too. Illustration at the perfect time to really silly and over the top, because somehow it still works. Yes. And this is a very silly graphic novel, and that's why I absolutely loved it. I think she got whatever. Water somewhere. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the bathroom made sense. Shower, yeah. Made sense. I was really wondering for that for a wait. Got really stuck on that. So what did you guys give it? I haven't thought of my rating yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was midnight. It was midnight. And then the whole thing with Willow, right? Not only being sentimental about the crap kid that she threw, but also emotionally sabotaging Willow with being nice to her. And then Alex is so proud that she manipulated her emotionally so hard she would probably never open up to anybody again. And that was also funny to me. Yeah, I assume everyone drinks water. Yeah, my problem was not seeing a shower or anything, so I assumed there was no water in camp because vampires don't use it. Don't ask me how they clean the dishes. I did not think that far, Jess. My concern was solely, what does Maya drink? Midnight was a wink towards Twilight. Yeah. And then, especially in the first scenes with Charlotte, the names, because I believe he's called Edmund. Yeah, Edmund. We can't be together. Can't you see? I'm a vampire. I remembered it was a pun, but it wasn't sure if I picked the right time of day. Yeah. I had 4 stars and maybe 11 didn't took it so serious, so I can look over some logic weirdness like they don't check your full names. Yeah. That was because of Willow was lazy and did not want to be there. Because Maya told her, it's Maya. And she was not like, I have the wrong name. Willow was just, yeah, I just got in. Don't bother me. But then again, how did that happen on the other camp? Do they also have an angsty teenager like Willow there? And why do we let the angsty teenagers, do the important jobs? Yeah. Moon and Stella, right? Yeah, it was definitely Twilight. And the funny thing is that on Camp Sylvania that I'm also listening to, they also make fun of Twilight. I went for a 4-2 because beginning was mad before the game. And I was worried Alex would be the mean girl and bully Maya throughout. Yeah, I was a bit worried for that too. At the beginning. I was like, oh no, please don't. Not again. Yeah, I was deliberating between a 4 and a 5, but I don't have problems with the start. I don't think I have any problems with it, except for the fact that I wanted more camp from it. And therefore a 4 does feel better than a 5. I might change it later on. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I think I'm also gonna give it 4. Twilight is an easy target, yeah. I haven't read the books and I haven't seen it, so who am I to judge? But I tend to take pretty long breaks from reading middle grade when I get too many that are focused on bullying. Yeah. It does depend on how it is delivered. If it is in this where both the kids learn, I'm okay with it and I have no problem with it. But if it's just bullying for bullying and it is not addressed, yeah, that is also a problem for me. I wanted cooking camp. Yeah, no, when I read the synopsis, I was like, we're not getting cooking camp. So I wanted camping with vampires and I got that. For some reason, I just wanted more camp out of it. I think if they earned badges, this would have been 5-star. This still had a fun time reading. Yeah, I think it was really funny. I think I'll give it a 4. It's cute and funny. Yep, that seems like a very accurate synopsis of this book. I read all the Twilight books and didn't like it, even then. I think it was the 3rd book I found interesting. You get a lot of backstory for the vampire characters, and it was yeah, that would be interesting. I was never interested in it as a teenager because I wasn't interested in romance then, and I'm not interested in romance now, so that hasn't changed. Is there also more cooking or vampires poopy cooking? Vampire cooking would have been good. Yes, that would have been good. Yeah, I think this mixed with Lumberjanes would have been perfect. Lumberjanes is a bit more of the fantastical element, like vampires, werewolves and stuff. And then obviously they earn badges. But then I like this setting and I love these characters. And I love that they just focused on vampires instead of everything. I'm so happy I didn't hate this campy graphic novel. Both camp books have been a success this time. That is good. Yeah. I was a bit sad, not gonna lie, that Maya Placed Apart did not make the group book, because I do think Maya Placed Apart would have been a more interesting discussion than this. I love this. We're having a great time and I love that everybody enjoyed this book. But I think Maya could have made a more interesting discussion, because it had a bit more depth to it than this one did. But I also love both. And I'm also very glad that it's not another camp book I hate, because we were getting there. Like, there have been a lot of camp books I did not like, that I would not recommend. I didn't read the synopsis. Yeah, I have read it multiple times, but it's after a lonely school year, Maya expects the summer to be no different. She'll just hang around the house and watch cooking shows on her phone. She's already preparing for the worst, but then her dad's girlfriend registers her for culinary camp. Maya's bringing summer is suddenly saved or not. Turns out that Maya isn't at culinary camp after all. She's at camp for vampires. So it was like, alright, we're not getting the culinary things. So I was pleasantly surprised with the amount of food we got. Or even cooking on a campfire, that would be good. Yeah, or how about all the vampires sitting around the campfire telling scary stories about humans? I would love that. I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, I think that's fair. I didn't have Twilight back then. See? Like-minded people here. What would vampires be able to earn badges for? Turning into bad? I want to see them get badges too now. Yeah, or like doing bad races, right? Win a bad race. Who's the fastest bad? But also, in some lore, they can manipulate people really well. So I think you could earn a badge for that. Like, you know, being able to talk your way into 10 houses. Or having... Or who can come the closest to garlic? Like, or pepper contest, but then with garlic for vampire. That would be so funny. I did watch the movie, but liked the werewolves more. Alright. I was in my 20s and hadn't yet entered my DNF era, if you will. Oh no, that must be sad. It was my first DNF, I think. Well, no. Agreed, especially for people who don't think they know anyone autistic and maybe they could see how much a ton of us relate to. Yeah. And like, I don't know who was there, but in another live show this week, Barbora was telling that it was very hard for her to read because it was so intense being in the head of Maya. And I was like, yeah, I had exactly the same, but I guess that's exactly what Maya is struggling with, because it is very accurate. If I hear my autistic clients, this is extremely accurate. If I compare this to my ADHD, and you know, a lot of things are somewhat similar between ADHD and autistic people, it absolutely makes total sense. But I also get annoyed and frustrated with my own mind sometimes, and it's also very tiring to me. So I guess that is exactly the same for Maya. And I think that would have been a very interesting discussion. But then again, you know, it is also interesting to discuss what badges vampires could win. But then, you know, it's more depth with Maya plays, but then this is just silly and fun, and I loved it. Someone's going out without sunscreen, this sunscreen, yeah. Maya would have been great group book as well. I could relate so much with that, but yeah. Batch. Yeah, that would be funny. And I was a bit worried at the start of Maya it would be like how I almost ruined my summer again. Yeah. Oh yeah. But that is forever going to be my trauma response to camping books now. How I almost ruined my summer. Is how I actually ruined my Camp Enchanted. That could be the theme when the camps come together, cooking with the badges. Oh, I want this. Cooking teams. That would be. I would love that. I don't know what type of neurodiverse I am, but definitely have ideas. If you related, it's gotta be one. So obviously I think normal people can relate to, but not... I do, then we have the feeling of like, this is so intense, this is so extreme. Where neurodivergent people would say, no, this feels very accurate. Can relate. Yeah, makes sense to me. Culinary camp kids can get a wasn't scared of vampires badge, right? Haven't been fanged. Oh, we can do this all day, can we? Yeah. I don't know what to do now. I'm tired as F. So one part of me just wants to sit on the couch and but that's exactly why my other side is like, do some sprints. You're not gonna read Summer of Arcus if you're not doing the sprints. I don't really need it because this, I finished it, so this will give me my Flora badge. This is another chem badge. So this would be just another adventure badge. I could just sit in it and try to finish Sylvania, which give me another chem badge. I am a bit annoyed that I'm reading 2 vampire books now, and I cannot get the vampire badge. It feels wasteful. Not scared of garlic badge, yeah. Maya plays a part I really like, yeah, but also yes, Except she had a lot of my inside thoughts out loud, and I've never been that confident in myself. Yeah. I think that's depending on how drilled you have been to mask, if I'm completely honest with you. Because look, I say stuff sometimes and then people either start laughing or they look horrified at me. And then I really have to trace back, like, what did I say weird? Because I think then I making completely sense. You know, I'm saying sensible things. So, and that's obviously with ADHD, that's, you know, a part filter we are missing. And it is, autistic people also miss sort of a filter, but in a different way. But if you have been hammered to mask a lot, you are aware of the things you say more. And then you're not confident enough to say it. Whereas I'm not even aware. I'm pretty hammered at being masked, but then I've learned to unmask. And now sometimes I'm not aware of the things they say. They're apparently shocking to everybody else. If you don't feel like sitting and sprinting, you don't do it. Yeah, it's just, honestly, Lita, I feel like it. Like, I want to hang out with you guys. I have a lot of fun doing it. I have a lot of fun all week. And I'm very sad that camp is over. So I don't want camp to, it feels like camp ends now if I don't live stream, right? And I don't want camp to end. But also, I haven't slept tonight and I'm tired. And camp has been a bit much this week. Because I've been daily vlog. Oh, today is not coming a vlog. There is no vlog coming today because yesterday I wasn't able to film a lot. So I decided to just give an update on yesterday and today's vlog. But I've been vlogging daily and then every other day I've live streamed. So it has been a bit much with filming everything I do. So I am tired. But that does not mean I don't wanna sit and sprint. At this point, I honestly don't know what is better for my mind and my body. This is honest. I have no clue. This is why I tell people, like, guys, I don't know what to do. If I knew one of the other would be better, I would say this is what we're gonna do. And then I would just apologize if I have to go. But honestly, I don't know right now. Then go sit on the couch. You sprinted nearly every day, plus the watch along and this. That's a lot to take the night off. Summer in August is an adventure show, and it's so nonsensical. I love it. I love it so much. We're running out of time. I've had everyone to pretend you're in my time zone. It's 2 p.m. here, so you... Yeah, that's why I said camp stops when you go to bed. So if you decide to go to bed at 3 a.m., that's fine. You have until 3 a.m. Just let me know what badges you earned. You can let me know tomorrow when you woken up fresh and you remember better. And then I will still send them out tomorrow. It's just that I know if I sit down, I am not going to physically read because my eyes are tired. And my mind is tired. So then I can probably only finish Camp Sylvania. It is a bit sad because I've been trying to get Summer of August done all week. But on the other hand, it's a T Kingfisher. I love it. It's going to be a 5-star and I will read the book. Plus, most of us will see you again tomorrow for Wednesday. Yes, yes. That is true. The watch along is at 7. Me time. So, or time. Does that make 6 or 8? It's 8, right, Kate? Because you're an hour behind. So for you, it's 8. And then it's 1 in the afternoon for Jess. I had a moment like that last time I showed my face on live with everyone. I missed a lot of cues and you were all staring at me and wow, I was confused. Just please tell me that you're confused then. You are also allowed to ask me, what did I do wrong? And I will give you an honest answer. I will just tell you why I'm staring at you. I've also learned to double check with people like, do you really want my opinion? You're sure? Yeah. But that isn't foolproof because they will tell you, yeah, I'm sure. And they're not. Bump is for life. That should be the slogan of the wildlife badge. That's great, but remember, we also can have fun sprinting and chatting when camp is over. I know, Leah, I know. Camp is special though, isn't it? It feels special to me. Campers for life. Next week we're going to dive straight into another exciting readathon. Yes. And very lucky for me. That is not gonna be as hard for me because I have so many nice co-hosts. And they're gonna do so much sprints for me. So I don't have to do them all. And we still get sprints almost every single day. Maybe try one sprint to see how you feel after. We could do that. I feel like you should rest. But I don't want to say that to you. Could tell you what to do. No, but Lila, honestly, this is the time I need telling what to do. To be completely fair with you. This is... If I say I don't know what to do, I honestly don't know. And I want you guys to tell me. Like, if most of you say, don't do it, I think you're right. Like, there is a reason you all come with that. So then you're probably right. I should not. And then I would not be mad at it at all. It's just, I don't know. Can't choose right now. It's almost August. What is happening? Right? It's going so fast. I'm so excited for next month. Me too. I'm going to dive into my bookshelves to plan out possible books for my team bingo. Yes, that's another thing. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, I have to film like 6 videos. And preferably edit them too. No, 3 or 4 videos. That would be good. That is the minimum I need. If you want to go away this week. But then we did not book the cabin because I was unsure of the amount of dates, and I haven't had time to look up a new cabin, so I'm not sure if we're going. I need to watch episode. Yeah, you have to watch episode, or you don't have to. I would highly suggest you watch episode 2 today, so you can rejoin us tomorrow. But also episode 2. If you only watch one episode, go watch episode 2 because that is the polka. So that is the most fun to watch right now in preparation for next month. I don't have any readathons planned for August. What is everyone participating in? Yeah, no, I'm just doing Never Marathon. I can't do multiples anymore. I don't know why. For me, it's 6. You're an hour ahead. Huh. That's so early, though. Isn't that terrible? You know you're allowed to say if something is terrible for you, right? No, whoa, wait. Is the watch along actually on 7 though? Isn't it on 8? Because it takes 2 hours and then we're done at 10 and without chatting. That's what I done with the last one, right? I'm gonna check now, guys. No, I'm not sure. Oh. I did the time wrong tomorrow. It says at 10, but we're not starting at 10, guys. Alright, Tuesday I did on 8. Okay, so it's gonna be at 8. I'm so sorry for it. Okay, I should stop. Because I'm getting chaotic. More than usual, even. Alright, so the time is 8 for us, Larissa. And 7 for Kate. That sounds more like it. I accidentally put it at 10 in the Discord, but it's at 8 now. And then Tuesday is also at 8. I also have a tendency to talk fast and mumble, so it could have been that. Yeah, obviously I can't remember. So it has not been anything shocking. Because otherwise I would have been able to tell you now. I don't know anymore. So it didn't leave an impact, yes. I would not worry about it. Or I blurred out things that come out wrong. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. And then I am Alex. I always mean nice. But I can say things like, if you're not this kind of person, then don't do it. And then people feel offended that they're not that kind of person. And I'm like, yeah, but you just told me. I don't get it. Or someone said to me once, I'm sorry, did my face say that loud? Yeah. One of my supervisors actually have that on a t-shirt, and every time I see that, I'm like, I need that shirt. I need that shirt. Because I have a face like that. I'm joining Team Cats. Oh, you want to do that for me? Because we're friends, right? I saved that gift, and I could not send it to most of you because I was on my phone. Yes, welcome. I'm bad at readathons, but also love posts, so I'm conflicted. I would just join, Jess. You know me better than this. We're just here for fun. Obviously, it is a competition. But, like, we're just having fun. It's fine if you don't read as much as you wanted to. Too bad. We'll probably have it to most of us. I would just join So you can feel joined in on the fun. Read some Poe with us. I'm doing a whole Poe vlog. But you're not getting to see it until, 13 vlogs of Halloween. I would just join. I don't know how much I can read. Like, look, I have time to read, but sometimes my brain does not have the capacity to read. I am, tired after this. I need to regroup a bit. I still need to film very important videos for this readathon. So I will be busy with that before I can even start reading for my own team. And I'm captain. So I would not be worried about it. My eye does look better now, so I could possibly film soon as well. I need to look if I have something purple to wear. Oh, that would be good. Yes. I've been eyeing a Nevermore cardigan. But not the cardigan, the jackets, like from their school that they have. But they're so expensive. But I really want one. Just for the videos. But then it's so expensive. Am I really gonna buy that just for videos? Nevermore and Audio August are the readathons I'm doing. Audio August sounds good though. Number 6 is fine, honestly. No, right. See, this is what happens when you try to do math on weekends. That's why I get... Yeah, honestly, this is also what I tried... What happens if I try to do math on, weekdays. Get a game. Oh, and Tropical is in... Oh, really? I haven't heard of that one. I haven't seen the announcement. I have a friend like Alex Law. She thinks she's doing what's best. And if you tell her it hurts, she feels awful and goes out of her way to check. Yeah. Join and have fun with all of us. Yeah, see? So here are two team leaders inviting you in. Barbora and Black Cat would love to have you. And I'm pretty sure Barbora would say exactly the same thing for Goldbox, so... I just need an excuse to buy Mina and the Cold. That is why I put the cookbook in. I was like, I know a lot of you have been talking about either starting that series or finishing that series, continuing that series. I was like, if Amy refuses to put her own books in, I will. Is it helping myself? Absolutely not, because there is no Amy book out there that I can still read. But I knew it was a book you guys really wanted to read. That's why I asked Amy in the hope that she would choose her own books, but she did not. She chose a book from a friend, which is lovely of her, but was not helping my plot. 2 this week, 2 started, but still not finished. Yeah, that's, that's how it goes. I probably will have now that I understand it's smarter to double, triple up. Yes, and do multiple boards. Or instead of doing one for every prompt like my dumbbells did. Yeah, you were not the only one. But yes, it is, I think it's probably easier. Shall I ask the Pit and Pendulum leader? Sorry, my time. I still can't understand you. Hello, Alina. So people here in that chat are asking like, oh, I'm so bad at readathons. I don't know, but I do love Poe and it looks like fun. Should I join? I don't know. I feel bad about it. I might not be able to do well. What do we think of that? I think I and Judith have been pretty clear, but I assume you kind of have the same opinion. So I'm just trying to rub it in. We get your timing, so it's not horrible. You see? Pit and Pendulum all the way. Whoop whoop. Black Cats. Wakanda forever. There are usually extra eyes and oh yeah, but it's fun. I'm glad you can't decipher the go. Yeah. We could not decipher. My whole everything I say or type on the Discord would be. Yeah, but it's still fun. I still setting. Denise, can we have team chats in the Discord so we can share races and Rex and TBRs with team? Yes. Yes, I got a request earlier. I will let me do it now. Because otherwise I will forget again. I will do it now. The only thing is, you guys need to help me figure this out. Amy doesn't know how Discord works. And they are interested, but they also haven't found time yet to try it out. And I have offered my help twice already with just making sure she can only see the channels that are important to her and nothing else, to make it not as overwhelming. But I don't want to force her on Discord. If she want to come, that's fine. She's very welcome, but I'm not going to force her. So that means that there is now one team where the team captain is not in the Discord. And I don't know what to do with that. Is it a problem? Is it not? Should I take that role? Or is that weird because it is a competition and people might think I'm spying, which I am. Like, how am I going to deal with that? I have another problem. I forgot how to make you know, in the Discord, you can vote with an emotion, and I forgot how to do that. So then people can't assign their own roles. So either everybody can see it, or I have to assign the roles individually, and I would then pretty please ask people to help me out with that. Because that is a lot of work. But I think it is more fun if the chats are secret, right? Like if the Black Cats can't be in the Pit and the Pendulum team chat. Yes, join even if you just read one book. So, chess. That is a third team that specifically gave permission for people to join only if they read one book. Or no books and just be here for the vibe. See? Yes, I need to ask for some right. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you all. Please help me out how to do it. It's the secret chat is best, right? Fine, I will join. Thank you. Black cats would be fun. No. No, please pick a board that suits you. I think it's still work with Amy and Disco. We'll all help each other out with the racks. Christian, no matter the team. So then you would like to suggest that we all be able to see the team chats. That is an option. Like there will be some days I'm not active in the PP chat, and others when I am, and other team members can chat among themselves. Yeah. That's okay. I don't think the team characters need to be super active in the team chat, because we can just run ourselves. People that are on the red team can hype each other. Yeah. I meant random numbers, but I wrote letters. I need to stop typing. Yes, Nightfall would work for lots of the Black Cat problems. This is why I just checked before to see if there's a date for the next liveshow books. Is this a mom thing? Do you all read minds? Kate, explain. Do you? Oh yes, I remember the talk about that on her reading sprints all night. Yeah, and then I've done it again in the chat because we do have a team captain chat, obviously. So I was like, you know, if you want to join just that, let me know and I can do it for you. I can't help each other. Oh, lyric. I only watched the announcement once, so I need to more watch before you pick. Or in the everything you need for the Never Marathon channel, I don't know what it's actually called, but you know, under the Weather Vane Cafe, you have the bingo boards, or at least the Google Drive link to the bingo board, and you can just check out the bingo boards. That might be easier to see, actually. Secret or open, it's fine. It's just nice to have an area for each time, but secret does add to the yeah, I feel like secret would, but then we need to give people levels. I think that people see each team chat because people might be reading more than one group book. Yeah, could be. If you keep it open, everyone can decide for themselves they're going to mute the channel. Oh yeah, that is also alright. We'll leave it open. It gives it is a way less hassle if we keep it open. So let's do that. If you say, oh, it's fine, I'm gonna trust it's fine. I can overthink things sometimes. Did you see how difficult I looked? Guess what team name I was writing down. Guess the team name with the face. That would be interesting. We only have 5 teams, right? Because I get confused. I keep thinking we got 6 teams, but I think we get just 5. Because Alina's team, Judith team, Barbara team, Amy team, me team. Alina, Judith, Barbara. Yeah, it's 5. Alright. Every team now has a team chat. I think I did it last time. There are a few problems I actually try to avoid, so I always check for. Yeah. And most teams are very teamed, if that makes sense. Black Cats is all about friendship and werewolf and cat books. Pit and Pendulum is horror. Cask of Amontillado is vampires. Goldbugs is very watery and mermaidy, as well as competition driven. And then you have Morella, who have fantasy and graphic novels. And I think especially I think both fantasy and graphic novels are very popular in a readathon, so I think that is why Morella has the most members. But I think I will leave it for here now. I will leave it here now. Them. I think you guys are the smartest. And that would be the smartest decision to do. And then from tomorrow on, it's all working towards Never Marathon, which is also exciting. People immediately making use out of it. That is also fun to see. Alright, I'm gonna throw all my Enid clips I saved in the chat of blackheads. Yeah, I know. I know. It doesn't feel like burnout. But we should also avoid that, I get it. It was I just don't want this to look like I didn't have any fun, and that's why I'm tired, because that is absolutely not true. And I had a blast this week. It was so much fun. Thank you for the live show. Fun. Yeah, me. Thank you all for joining. It's a nice rest of camp evening. Yeah. But on the other hand, I do like bonfire night. Everyone hanging out. I am that type of person that enjoys finishing things in people's company. Thanks for hosting Prince Fun Camp. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Yes, I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to tidy 5 more things for the egg bags. I have extra energy for you. Yes, do that. And then again, keep spamming what badges you want. I will still give them out tomorrow. I need to get ready because I need to finish both my books. Yeah, same. I was checking, but then I got distracted. I have 1.5 hours left of Camp Savannah. I think I can finish that. I don't think it's realistic for me to say I can finish another 70 pages of Summer in Arcus. But I can finish this one. Thank you all so much for being here. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.